Okay, you guys, what is going on? It is currently Monday night, April 29th. I'm filming this clip the night before the full day of eating that I'm going to be filming tomorrow. I know I just filmed one on my last video, but tomorrow is a special day and I really want to share it with you guys because tomorrow is my first refeed day of this entire prep. I'm waiting for so long. I've been on low carbs for the last little bit. And so what a refeed day essentially is, it's a day where you load up on your carbohydrates, your proteins and your fats kind of stay the same. A ton of people say a proper refeed is you lower your protein, lower your fat, and your carbs go through the roof. Like honestly, there's so many different things that you can say. I think the main thing is that you are increasing the amount of carbs you're taking in. So what a refeed day is essentially, like I just said, you increase your carbs in order to increase your leptin levels. And so what leptin is a hormone found in your body that regulates weight loss, your mood swings, your appetite, things like that. When you are in a caloric deficit, your leptin levels are low, like they're low. And so the point of the refeed is to get those leptin levels back up in order to bring your body back to balance, back to homeostasis sort of things. Hunger is high, mood swings are high, like you have mood swings and stuff like that. That's why people typically feel cranky when they're in a caloric deficit. Yes, it's because they're eating less. Eating less causes low leptin levels. To increase your leptin levels, you have a bunch of carbs. And so what it's gonna do, it's gonna get your leptin levels back up, it's gonna get your metabolism going again, and it is common to gain a little bit of weight after the refeed day, but once your metabolism starts going, it's going to benefit you in the long run. What I have planned is I have 275 grams of carbs, I've got 45 grams of fat, and 180 grams of protein. So fats and carbs are essentially staying the same, they aren't really moving, but my carbs are going up by quite a bit. I've been on 180 grams of carbs the last 6 days, so now I have my one high carb day, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm super stoked on it, and like, you guys don't understand how much I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Like, it is going to be a beautiful day. With all that being said, it is currently 12 o'clock at night, so I'm going to hit the hay, get ready for the morning because I'm gonna go in on some carbs and I am so excited. Oh, it's going to be good. I hope you guys are excited for tomorrow as I am, because I am hella stoked. So, good night, pig. Jeb is already asleep, but see you in the morning. What the hell? What is going on? Okay, what the hell? Oh. What just happened?
What?
Never mind. Guys, the day is finally here. After being on such low carbs for such a long time, I get to enjoy a bunch of carbs today, 275 grams to be exact. It is currently 8:40 in the morning. I'm going to have my pre-workout meal, so my breakfast as well, and I'm going to show you what I have. So, on deck for breakfast today, we've got 1 whole egg and 4 servings of egg whites. That's a staple. I want to ensure that my protein is staying high, as I am supposed to keep a high protein content today. So I'm ensuring that I'm still getting my protein in, and this is where the fun kind of comes into play. So I've got a serving and a half of the s'mores cereal that I have, vanilla glazed donut from Sweet Nutrition. So it's kind of like a pro-nut, like a protein donut. Still not the best macros, I'm gonna be honest, but it's got a little bit of protein in it, and it's my high carb day, so let me do what I want with my food, you guys. I've got my classic caramel chocolate rice cakes as well. It wouldn't be a pre-workout without these rice cakes. I love these things so much. I'm going to dive in and enjoy all of this food. All right, you guys, meal number one about to go down. I popped the donut into the oven just to like bake it up a little bit. We did have it in the freezer too, so kind of like warm it up quickly and bake it up a little bit, and it smells so good, and I'm so excited to dive into that. But I'm gonna start with my savory first before I go into my sweet. So it's kind of like an appetizer, so let's get started. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna dive into is the donut. I really wanna make sure that I have it while it's still fresh and warm. And I'm also gonna pour some of this caramel flavored Walden's Farm 0-calorie syrup on there, just to add a little bit of flavor to it. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and just have a bite of it on its own. There's a hair on it, I see a hair on it. Hell yeah. Alright guys, I just finished my breakfast. It is now currently 8:58 a.m. and that was probably the most satisfying meal I have had in months. Maybe not months, but weeks. Weeks, 100%. So after that meal, my macros are sitting at 62 grams of carbs, 21 grams of fat, and 48 grams of protein. So a little bit higher on the fat, but I think that's from the donut, but that's okay because that was probably the best part of this meal, and I'm super happy with that. And now I'm going to go hit a leg workout. I don't know why I said that so weird. Yeah, no, I like woke up outside.
Fuck off.
No, I'm serious. I like woke up outside and I didn't know what was going on. And then I was in the bathtub. I don't know, that was the weirdest thing in my life. So as you can see, we are enjoying this wonderful weather here in Alberta. Edmonton, Alberta. This is what it's like. April 30th, the day before May. Guys, you know, we are just blessed to have such great weather where we live. It is amazing, and we just can't wait to be outside tanning. Probably tomorrow, hey, when we should be outside tanning, like right at the beginning of spring. It's gonna be nice, it's gonna be fun. So I am going to feel really good during this workout, not because I'm reaping the full benefits of the Refeed so far. Obviously you saw I'm only at 67 grams of carbs, but I am naturally going to feel better because I am going into this workout with a ton of volume in my stomach. Not volume, I should say, but with a bunch of nutrition in my stomach. I have been going fasted. If I haven't been going fasted, I've been going with like eggs in my stomach, and that's about it. So naturally, I'm going to feel way better in this workout, but it's not because of a full refeed. It's because I'm just going to the gym with a little bit more food in my stomach. So I'm gonna feel good today, but I'll be reaping the benefits tomorrow of today's food. Okay, so I just finished up a 10-minute incline walk on the treadmill. Just get my legs warmed up a little bit. I've just been sitting around all morning, so get some blood in them, get a little warm. Gonna continue on with this warm up, do some body weight walking lunges, and then continue to roll out. And then we're gonna jump into my first movement, which will be squats. Pretty stupid transition, hey? Let's eat! Okay, you guys, I'm super excited for this next meal here. I've got it all laid out and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make it. Let's just get into it. I wanna eat this food, I wanna cook it, and I wanna show you how good this is going to be. Okay, so here we've got 5 pieces of whole wheat thin bread. These are super low calorie, super low carb. So I've got 5 pieces here. I've got 100 grams of strawberries. I've got 1 whole egg and 2 egg whites that I'm going to whisk up here. Here I've got my protein icing. Like if you watched in my last video, you would see how I made it. All I did was I took half a scoop of my protein and I mixed it up with a tiny bit of water, and you get like an icing consistency. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I am making some French toast. Oh, it's going to be good. I've also got some ground cinnamon here for the bread, and I've got some 0-calorie pancake syrup here. Alright you guys, this is the finished product, the 5 pieces of French toast, the strawberries, the protein icing, the syrup. I'm going to be drizzling that on. Look at that. I wish you guys could smell this through the camera because it smells phenomenal. I cannot wait to eat this. Let's get it. First things first, macros. So this meal, after everything, puts me at 126 grams of carbs for the day, 30 grams of fat, and 95 grams of protein. So maybe I should slow down on the fat a little bit because now I only have 15 grams left for the day and it's only 12:30 in the afternoon. So the rest of the meals from now on are going to be high protein, high carb. But yeah, so gonna go ahead, dive into this. I also gotta give my man credit, Chad Morgan. He's the one who inspired me to make this meal. He actually has a video on his YouTube of him making these himself. Go check him out. I'll link all of his stuff in the description below. His Instagram, his YouTube. The guy's killing it on Instagram. Go give him a follow, like for real. Like he's actually got some really good stuff on there. He's an up and coming star on Instagram. Like I really believe that. So yeah, toss him a follow. Go check it out, his content, because he's got some great shit on there. With all of that being said, let's eat. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you'll never find anybody who goes crazy over food more than people who go to the gym on the regular, or fitness people or anything. They love food. That was probably the happiest I've been in the last 4 weeks, eating that meal. No lie, like that was so satisfying. I feel so good, so satisfied, and now I want more. I'm gonna make a bowl of oatmeal. So nothing crazy about this meal here. Got my bowl of oats, and I've got my caramel flavored syrup, 0-calorie by Walden's Farms. Honestly, like oatmeal has been like saving my life the last few weeks here. It's just been so good. It's kind of like my my guilty pleasure food, if you will, on this prep, on this diet right now. So I'll grab the total macros for you here. After this bowl of oatmeal, I am now at 150 grams of carbs, 33 grams of fat, and 100 grams of protein. So just to kind of put that into perspective for you, the last 6 days I've been on like a low carb. I've been doing 180 grams of carbs the last 6 days, and now right now I'm at 153 grams, and it's 12:40 in the afternoon. Imagine if I was at 180 grams and I was already at 153 grams of carbs at 12:40 in the afternoon. That would suck ass. And I know it's probably gonna get to that point eventually in this prep, like where I'm gonna have to be like super uber duper low carb. But that day is not today. Okay you guys, so some time has gone by now. It is currently 3:30 p.m. I went and got myself a little haircut because it was getting a little long, a little dusty on the sides. So I got cleaned up a little bit. I'm currently cooking up my next meal. This next meal is gonna be a little bit more on track, I guess you could say. A little bit more voluminous. I don't have as much carbs left as I would have liked at this point in the day, but so I'm gonna be a little bit smarter, a little bit more conservative with my carbs moving forward with the rest of the day, because we still have a long day ahead of us. So just being careful with that there, and I'll show you what I've got cooking up right now. meal I've got 133 grams of sweet potatoes. I've got a handful of spinach. I've also got 100 grams of mushrooms, 150 grams of broccoli, 50 or 100 grams of chicken breast, and 3 servings of egg whites. It's a little bit of a mix and match of a whole bunch of stuff, but this is kind of like what I usually eat on the daily, just like high volume foods. And guys, I just want to set you guys straight. I don't want you guys to mistake me for someone who enjoys mushrooms. I absolutely hate mushrooms, but Jensen brought some home the other day and I was like, okay, you know what, maybe I'll try some. It's low calorie, high volume foods, whatever, I'll have it. As long as it's cut up finely and like thrown into a whole bunch of like other foods, then I don't taste it. If I cover it with sauce or whatever, I'm not gonna taste it. So it's literally just there to add volume. I don't like mushrooms. A little bit of a mix of everything. So I've got some zero sugar added ketchup here for my egg whites. I'll probably put it on everything as well, but yeah. So after this meal, this puts my total macro count for the day at 192 grams of carbs, 35 grams of fat, and 153 grams of protein. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next clip. Alright you guys, so it's currently 4:30 p.m. As you can see, I'm all dressed up as if I would be going to work, but I'm actually not going to work tonight. I have the night off, but I am going to this event. It's called Futurepreneurship. So what it is basically it was a free event, free course on how to start a business. So it's like a business 101 course, like business for amateurs, starting your own business type thing. And so there's an event tonight and there's an event tomorrow. So I'm going tonight. It's about 4 hours long. So it goes from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's currently 4:30, so I'm gonna be heading over there right away after this clip. But that's gonna take me right to the end of the night. I'm gonna leave my camera here. I'm not gonna eat for the next 4 hours because I'm going to save my last few meals, my last few macros for the end of the night after the event tonight. So I will check in with you guys back tonight after 9 p.m. after the event, and I'm going to dive into the rest of my macros, enjoy it, and feel satisfied. You know, today guys, today is like one of the most satisfying days I've had all prep, literally just from food and literally just because of a high amount of carbs that I'm taking in. It's pretty crazy how like food can affect you so much and how diet can affect you and this type of prep. So yeah, now I'm just rambling, but I will see you guys in a few hours here. Okay you guys, so it is currently 10:45 p.m. The Futurepreneurship event was great. It was good. Learned a lot of things about starting your own business and whatnot. There's another session tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will be missing that one, but I did take quite a bit away from the session today. With that being said, this is a full day of eating video, and it is my refeed, and I've got to come clean, you guys. I've got to tell you, I went I wouldn't say way over, but I went over my macros today 100%. Let me tell you how it went. So I walked into the classroom where the event was being held. Off to the side there, they had a table there of coffees and waters and beverages for yourself. Right at the other end there, at the end of the table, there was platters and platters and platters of these wraps and these little sandwiches. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so nice. Like, yeah, okay, you know what, I'll have a wrap. I can have a wrap. In the wrap, there's turkey breast, there's some tomatoes, some lettuce, there's some cheddar cheese, and there's some mayo. And I was like, okay, looking at that, I'll take the cheese out. So I started picking the cheese out. I picked out the cheese, and I ate the wrap. And I was like, okay, that was pretty good. So I went back and grabbed another one. I grabbed another one. So I had the one wrap, and then I had the other one, took the cheese out again, and I was like, you know what, I don't need this extra fat or whatever. I can afford the extra carb or whatever. The protein, the veggies are fine. A little bit of mayo in there, that's fine, whatever. And then I grabbed 2 little sandwiches, and then I grabbed 2 more little sandwiches. And just before the lady came by to clear everything out of the room, they offered us our last call before they take the food away. I'm gonna take another wrap. So I took another wrap and I picked all the cheese out, and then I grabbed a couple more of those little sandwiches. And I am bloated as hell right now. Like, let me show you. I'm just standing still, you guys. Like, I'm not pushing this out. I can push this out here. Now I'm pushing that out. This is just me relaxing. Just bloated. Just to kind of break it down for you, yeah, I went over my macros today 100%. The whole idea of the refeed got to me. It got to me to the point where I was like, yeah, I can afford this, I can afford this, I can do this, I can do this. And then I ended up overeating. I overate, and I'll admit it, I did. I screwed up. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say this. This is the most satisfied I have been this entire prep. You know what? I overate a little bit. I got some food in me that was different from sweet potatoes and rice and chicken or whatever I've been eating the last few weeks. I feel very, very satisfied. I know I didn't overeat to the point where I am screwed and that, you know, my prep is done. I kind of calculated it all out and broke it all down, you know, with me taking out the cheese, having a little bit of mayo in each of the wraps and the sandwiches. I kind of wrote it down here. So I'm probably not gonna eat anymore for the rest of the night. I might have a bowl of oatmeal, to be honest. But if I'm being realistic with myself, I had 275 grams of carbs, 45 grams of fat, and 180 grams of protein. And so taking into account all of that food that I ate at that session, at that Futurepreneurship session, probably like a very good chance. I went over my carbs by roughly 60 to 70 grams. I went over my fats by probably 30 to 40 grams, give or take. Probably 50 to 60 grams over my proteins. So I'll put the macros up here if I were to guesstimate as to where I'm at right now. Going over probably my projected. But you know what, guys, like it's a whole part of the process. If I said that I was the only one who has ever cheated on a diet, I'd be lying to you right now. There's a ton of people out there who are prepping and dieting and stuff like that kind of, you know, snap a little bit and just binge eat. Obviously, you know what binge eating is, and it's completely natural. It happens to some people. No one's perfect. It'll happen. It's not the end of the world if you overeat a little bit. I know that one day is not going to completely ruin it. But I'm not gonna let it ruin my mood. I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. I'm not gonna let it ruin my prep or anything. Tomorrow, I'm going to get back on track. I'm going to have probably a higher weigh-in than usual, but that's okay. The weigh-ins are not gonna affect my mood. Plus, at this point in prep, it's going to be very hard to lose weight at this point. So like when you first start your diet, you lose weight on a consistent basis and it's dropping, and then you kind of get to a point where it's like harder to drop weight. And so like I know I'm getting to that point where it is harder to drop weight now, so I just have to be mindful of that. Moving forward, obviously this isn't gonna happen anymore. Well, I can't say this isn't gonna happen anymore, but I'm gonna do my best to make sure it doesn't happen anymore. As long as I keep myself accountable, I keep myself accountable to my coach. My coach is my accountability piece. Coach Patty Lifts, you know, I'm gonna let him know, obviously, that I went over my macros. And you know what, if I have to, I'll pay for it. If he feels that I need to pay for it by eating less carbs for the next 7 days, you know what, I deserved it because I ate more today than I should have. And if it takes eating less carbs for the next 7 days to kind of get me back on track, so be it. So with that being said, this video is ending on a different note than what I intended. Obviously, I intended to come home tonight and enjoy another meal for myself, like another full meal, but I ended up eating all these wraps and stuff at that event that I was at. So you know what, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. I probably will have a bowl of oatmeal just to top it off, just to say screw it, since I'm on a roll. But yeah, back on track tomorrow. Make sure my diet's on track. Training is up to a T, 110% every time I'm at the gym, and cardio sessions are staying on point. Maybe it takes an extra 5 minutes on the Stairmaster at the end of each session to get me back on track. So be it. The 5 minutes on the Stairmaster was worth the extra food I had today, in my opinion. So just gotta do whatever it takes, you guys. If you fall off the tracks, what's most important is that you get back on. I feel like I look pretty decent right now, actually, from using all these carbs. Obviously, the lighting is a bit different from this morning. But I'll give you another update in the morning as to how my body's looking and to what my weigh-in is in the morning. So I'll leave you with that for tonight. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my evening with Jensen, because it's not very often where we get an evening together. So we might watch a movie or something like that. probably eat a little bit of food together. That's what we do. We eat and watch YouTube videos together. So I will leave you with that, and I will see you in the morning.